welcome to Your View. My name, as usual, is Mariah Afolabi Brown, and I have my lovely co-host here today on Wednesday morning. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hi, coalition. I'm loving your braids.
Yeah.
Your skin is coming out.
Oh, my skin is. I want to thank the Lord. But it's not easy for you to do makeup back to back
Every day.
My skin took a very bad toll on the matter, but I thank God because I had to pray about it, Mariah. It's not my. Say, God, give me wisdom of what to do.
What was the solution? You stopped makeup or what?
Yeah, I don't do makeup weekends
after the break,
and I try to work because sometimes I get tired. I just sleep with the makeup on, but now I cannot afford.
Good. You're looking good. You're looking good.
Yeah.
Sanzi, how you doing?
Mariah, I have no idea how I'm doing.
What happened?
Quite frankly. Well, I'm not going to share the news yet, but I have something going on. Yeah, something pretty good going on down the pipeline, and it's just, I don't know, funny.
Is that
how
what you were talking about earlier? Yeah. You got to tell us later.
Yeah, of course
okay.
I would.
All right. Okay, in the building. How you doing?
Don't mind what she has prepared her hair for her travel. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous.
I wonder how we don't want to announce it herself. I didn't want to announce this for her. So, she's traveling very soon.
Did I tell you guys news about her trip, her shopping plans?
How they were foiled by my partner?
He really?
He didn't let me shop.
Because you shop too much now. You have too many shoes, many clothes. I can understand.
That is easy. I don't even know.
You have all the colors in the entire world. So there's no. If I was your partner, I would say you're not going anywhere.
The ones I did not have.
And then the
you will not be disturbing me.
Which one do you don't have?
Why you go shopping? I should go and be looking at a museum. There was one museum he took me to like this. It was a box. Inside the car, Motiwu, I was swollen like this. They were laughing at me, look, because she can't go shopping, she's swollen.
It's true now, because I agree with you, Jerry. I beg, we have a news mention this morning.
Important, Jerry.
There's new research presented at the European Respiratory Society International Congress in Munich has revealed that there's a link between a father's smoking habits before conception and a child's asthma. That means a baby has a higher risk of asthma if the father actually smoked prior to conception. So, I mean, this new research keeps coming up every day.
You know, no could kill you. Do you know how many chain smokers that we have? I don't think I want to 100% agree with them.
The research.
Yes, I don't think I want to agree with that because I know a lot of people that are chain smokers and there is no trace of.
I wonder because my ex-husband, he wasn't a chain smoker. He smoked maybe 4 or 5 sticks
a day.
Then before he stopped, because he did stop. My daughter has asthma.
Oh, really?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that's it's true then. It's possible.
I don't know that it's true.
It could be true then.
When I read it, I was like, I wonder if this is
possible.
Possible. Interesting.
So the best thing is, if you plan to have a family in the future, just put your child first. Don't do anything that might hurt them. But now that this research is out,
habits are usually hard to
you have known? You will not have known.
You will not have known now. It's something that he started from
He
very
didn't smoke. He didn't smoke in front of me when I was pregnant or anything like that. I think. So maybe they are saying it is
before conception.
I believe asthma
just
is a
Kukuma
gene
stop
thing,
smoking.
Really? It's in the gene. It might skip generations.
I doubt it though.
I don't
think so.
That's what I'm saying. It might skip generations, but you might be shocked that if you do trace.
All right.
It's
good that they are doing research. I think somebody is helping us do research, so we know that.
Please let everybody, men that are smoking, consider your children.
Put your kids
women
first.
Too.
Yeah, women as well.
All right.
We didn't know that it's
before conception.
Now they know. Now they know.
On that note, we take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go through the front pages of the newspapers. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Right. Let's start with the Punch. Major headline. Jonathan under attack for visiting Chad with sheriff. Boko Haram. President insensitive, says lawyers and groups. You can see the picture here of former Borno State Governor Ali Modu Sharif. The President Jonathan and the Chadian President, Idris Deby. I'm eager to return to battlefield, says Obasanjo's son. Wow. AMCON shortlists 7 potential buyers for Main Street Bank. Ebola survivors in Lagos lose accommodation and jobs. Reps seek change of school's resumption date. Ebola OAU student isolated. Eagles in survival battle today. So many stories in Punch. We can hardly treat them all because we'll talk about the sheriff meeting with Jonathan in Chad later because it's all over the papers. But let's pick a couple of stories in Punch that are not everywhere. The Ebola survivor story in Lagos are those who survived Ebola.
Yes.
They're losing their accommodations and jobs.
I read that. And you see, the Lagos state government has said that they're going to prosecute anybody, which I totally agree with.
I agree too.
If you start to victimize them, then people will stop coming out that they have Ebola.
Exactly.
But you know, the thing is, that I don't understand how people think.
Spread.
Because honestly, for me, if someone is certified Ebola free, I am going to try to make that person my friend because if there are chances I get down with Ebola tomorrow, I will need their blood.
Interesting. That's another angle to look at it.
Why will you need their blood?
Let me tell you
Because
something.
they are already immune to it.
Can I be on the side of the people that are rejecting the Ebola survivors? You know, it boils down to how much we pay attention to details in our country. Do you understand? We've had cases of today you say, okay, it is 200. Tomorrow you say that it is not 200, it's 198 anymore because we don't get our facts right. So I feel that maybe the landlords and the whatever and the employers, most of them, they are skeptical that, this is our government, we are not so sure. You understand? My pastor was making a joke yesterday on Sunday in church. He was saying that all the people with Ebola, he said it in the Yoruba Agbero voice, that you have to enter the bus with your Ebola certificate because I cannot die because of 15 naira. A lot of times, we need to be sure that it is 100% clean.
But they've been allowed to go anyway. Unless
you don't know that for sure, you know, that it's clean.
I feel pretty bad for the people because, I mean...
Everybody is afraid.
But like, you run somewhere that has a lot of people. If one of them is a survivor, would you let him come back and shine?
Yes. I would let him come in.
All right.
But you know what?
I don't victimize people.
I can't remember the last time I saw Obasanjo's son picture, and in Igbo we would say, "Oh, Makatakwama."
What does that mean?
I'm not going to tell you.
I say it now.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh my God, all right.
No,
let us say it now.
that means he's like super handsome. That's the point. You did not get it. You didn't get the point. You didn't get the point.
Okay.
So, but I would have to say that he's really patriotic. You know, going out there to fight former vice president.
Yeah, you tickled like he's just laughing.
All right, okay.
Okay, I wanted us to talk about the Obasanjo story later because it's all over the papers. Okay. There's another story I wanted us to pick up on here. The Eagles are having their battle to stay alive in the matches today. Anybody read that article? Nobody read it.
Good luck with them.
Skipped it. You know what? They always abuse us on this sports matter. So what I read is that we lost to Congo on Monday.
Yeah.
And we're playing Bafana today.
Yes,
and if we lose, then we're in trouble. Then we won't be able to qualify. So I had to say that because our sports people think...
Look at you, Mariah.
I'm feeling very sportish these days. The Nation, major headline. All right. Emir flees as Boko Haram hits defense chief's town. Residents flood Yola. Troops retake Baza, Bama. Acting governor's mom moved. You can see a picture here. Borno State Governor Kazim Shettima receiving a newly born baby at an internally displaced persons camp in Maiduguri. They still they born. Inside the camp, it is well. Obasanjo's son flown out of Yola. APC queries sheriff's trip with Jonathan. All right, let's talk about Obasanjo's son. We're really proud of him, yeah?
Yes, I am proud of him. I suppose most Nigerians are too, for he's been patriotic. And in the reports I read in the papers, he says he's ready, even with the gunshot. When the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar visited him, he had to march down to greet him, and he still said that he's ready to go back to the battlefront.
Wow.
So
Fantastic.
I think that's something to applaud.
They're also gaining, you know, the soldier, they're gaining grounds back, you know, capturing.
And I heard that he told them he didn't want to be flown abroad.
Yeah,
which is good though.
It's really interesting.
But they didn't mention where he was flown to.
Yola.
No, it was flown out
of Yola.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know where it is.
I was waiting to hear.
But it's within Nigeria, Shah.
Okay, that would really be nice.
That's interesting.
You understand? That would really be nice.
Very interesting. All right. Okay, let's. And I also like the fact that Nation gave us the map. Because anything I hear of Michika, Madagali, I have no idea what they're talking about. But now I realize it's actually the towns closest to the Cameroonian border.
Yes.
So that's where Boko Haram, that's where they're taking over. We're not trying to get those towns back. All right. Moving on to Vanguard. Major headline. Again, military Boko Haram battle for CDS town. Troops recover 18 vehicles, anti-aircraft guns and others. I'm eager to return to battlefront, Obasanjo's son. Ebola scare at OAU. Student evacuated to Lagos for screening. Fan denies alleged syringe attack on U.S. Air Marshal. All right, the girl that was the OAU student, did anybody read the article?
She just showed sign of the Ebola disease, and then they had to fly her down.
No. What happened? She
had the fever. She wasn't feeling well.
Before that, before she had the fever, when she had been in contact with that doctor in Port Harcourt, so she went for a test, and then she was negative.
She was in surveillance in Port Harcourt, and she was negative.
She now came
to school.
She now went to school. And then she should be commended because by herself she went, look, please test me, I'm having fever.
Yes.
And I was with an Ebola victim.
Yes, and I was tested negative. Yes. But now that I'm sick again, please test me. Really, I mean, I'm so proud of the girl. I think she did a fantastic job.
I think so too. If you link the story now with what we had said earlier about people losing jobs and accommodation, it's because the Ebola disease does not just manifest like that. Sometimes. So it's I mean, I commend her, but that's why
I'm surprised. I just heard that. The paper I read didn't give me the exact details. Why
but I'm happy that she's actually been quarantined at the hospital in the OAU, and they're waiting for her test results to come from Lagos. All right, let's move very quickly. Any other story you want to pick up? This Air Marshal story. Did you read the article? The U.S. Air Marshal.
Yes, I read that somebody had sent us the link. Apparently, he was just standing waiting to board the plane when someone came from behind and injected his arm. So they quarantined him and put him on the plane. They isolated him. I don't know how they isolate someone on a plane.
No, it's possible.
If the plane is full,
but the thing is that
would they put you in the toilet?
Well, I don't know how they plan to do it, because I see I watch news about the couple of Ebola patients that have been transported. They put them in something like a bud. You get
if somebody injects you now, you don't get Ebola.
You don't get it immediately.
So after it manifests, so we know that there's no way you could have.
What is scary is that is it that this man is a target, or they just go about injecting people?
On the contrary, however, from the investigations carried out by our Minister of Aviation, and he got the U.S. Embassy members to come and look at the CCTV, and they looked at it together, and they didn't see anything. There was no injection. So they're still going to investigate, because I don't know where that man...
Murayo, is it possible that there are no blind spots in the airport that CCTV will not be able to capture? Because he said that he was cornered off to one place now, hidden place, and he was injected.
Well, the investigation is ongoing, so we'll see how that goes.
It's very scary.
The person came up from behind him.
Yes, and
then he ran away. Yeah, he ran away. Apparently, according to
his own report.
The Americans,
Well, I don't know. I'm doubting his claims, because Nigerians are not like that. I mean, at least in the South, really, we're not like that. Daily Sun. Major headline. Let's see. Boko Haram. We are avoiding this story, but it's all over the papers. Boko Haram set to capture CDS baddest town. Mubi's emir, others flee. Gwaza attack. 20 policemen still missing. That's IGP. And 100 terrorists killed. You can see a picture here of the big boys in PDP hanging out with the national chairman, Alhaji Adamu Mwazu. Adamawa, Fintiri can't contest in 2015, says PDP. Masop Ngigi, others mourn Dingba Igwe. And INEC's new polling units, a coup against South, says Afenifere, Clark, Ekweme, and others. Did anybody read the article? That was pretty interesting. I read the article. What I read was that they are going to put 30,000 polling units for 2015 elections. And guess what? 21,000 is going to the north. And just a little over 8,000 is coming to the south, 8,400 or something. And they're like, what kind of disenfranchisement is that? You're taking 21,000 polling units will be in the north. So they feel that this is some kind of a coup against...
Well, I do see the argument, because if we are taking about 21,000 to the north, it is true the north, they have large land mass, but then they also have a fewer population as compared to the south. So I think so. I think.
Apparently it's supposed to be so.
It's supposed to be so, because most of even the northerners come to the south to come and earn their living, and they
so the south should get more.
All right, any story in Punch in Sunday?
These policemen still missing the movie and other people fleeing. The reports I heard read was that the fact that the policemen, when they attacked them, some of them ran. But the good thing is that the police is on it. The IG said that they are looking out to see where these people are. Yeah. That they have traced some of them to their homes, and some of them back to, but most of them are afraid to come back. To the police this thing. So I'm wondering, like, what is happening? Is it that they are afraid of what's it called? Maybe there are no equipment enough to protect them. That's why they don't want to go back to their stations as policemen.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually happy since since Obasanjo's son was shot, somehow I kind of now believe that there's a battle going on. I don't know, it just feels real now.
You're very funny.
I don't know. I don't know why
Obasanjo's son to be shot before you.
Maybe he got shot for people like you.
It's just amazing that now I feel like, Obasanjo's son should have been shot, and there's a battle going on there.
Can I help you with this, your point? That is the typical Nigerian, especially for us
in the south.
That is the typical thinking. Even the Chibok girls, that is the typical thinking.
That's so sad.
And it's very sad. You know why? Because our government have not taken the amount of seriousness that we should take on this matter. So most people don't even believe that it's real. I beg that, just a story.
I mean, I feel embarrassed about saying that, but that's
no, you don't have to be embarrassed, because that is the honest truth, and that is what many people feel in their head.
Moving on to The Guardian, major headline very quickly. Still Boko Haram all over the papers. Jonathan seeks ICANN support in move against tax evaders. Lagos may review schools resumption dates. Let's talk about that very quickly. This resumption date issue is causing problems.
From October 13 to September 20. Oh yeah, that's a.
Oh, that's our topic. So we'll talk about it. All right. Let's move on to this day. Ebola, House to re-examine schools resumption dates. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Obasanjo's son eager to return. We talked about that severally. APC, Falana reproached Jonathan for hobnobbing with sheriff. Very good story. Did anybody read that article?
Yeah, I did.
I read it.
And in the summary, I wrote down the APC's point that Mr. President's action shows he knows more than he is willing to admit about those behind the Boko Haram insurgency, or that he is willing to sacrifice the battle against terrorism on the altar of political expediency.
Well, I don't know. There are different angles.
Man was accused, alleged.
1 second.
According to the presidency, they said they met him there, that he's supposed to live in Chad, and he met him because he does business with Chad. He came to meet the president. Whatever way it is, he's a suspect. I know you are innocent, you are proven guilty, but he should not be seen to be hobnobbing.
Well, he's a suspect on that. Who suspected him? Is it the foreign negotiator said this?
Yes. Look,
now, have we as a country formally accused him?
I'm very sure that Mr. President is aware. I'm very sure Mr. President is aware of what is going on in the news. Now, to have a clean slate, this man is under suspicion. He's being probed, and there are some things that, so just stay away from him for the moment.
But I totally agree with, I think I totally agree with APC's position, but I'm also looking at the other side. But the truth is, if it was like the police or EFCC or ICPC.
No, but I thought they said the DSS woman came out and said that
I don't know that for a fact, but if indeed he's been investigated by the DSS, then the president should not be. But if it's still an allegation from an external body, the Australian negotiator, I don't know what the issue is here with him being with the president, but I can understand.
I don't think he was there to play a huge role, so he could have as well told him.
But if indeed DSS is investigating him, then he has no business with the president.
The presidency is saying that he didn't go with them.
Yes.
They met him there.
Even if they meet him there, why can't they just say,
it's a security meeting for
you don't have access to the president.
Yes, I agree. He shouldn't have access if he is under suspicion. I agree with you totally.
Okay, on that note, we take a quick break. When we do come back, Nigerian Medical Association rejects the new school resumption date, and later we discuss the Standard Organization of Nigeria's startling revelation on cement. That's on Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The Nigerian Medical Association has rejected the federal government's new directive on the primary and secondary schools resumption date of September 22nd against the formally announced October 13th. The association says schools should be shut till the last Ebola virus suspected case or patient is certified free of the virus. Do you agree? It's your view. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at YourViewTVC We'd like to hear your thoughts. I think Sanzi and Uwa would read your tweets this morning. Oh, okay, YK is also connected. We're all connected. Right. So you don't agree? Okay, why don't you agree? I
don't agree because Ebola is not something that you can just say that XYZ amount of people have Ebola. And you say, okay, for that, once you have treated XYZ people, then you're good to go. Ebola would continue to come out every day.
Is that a prayer?
No. Don't be saying you reject it. You see, this is what we are saying. You always have, okay, there's a case here because it's a disease that somebody is linked to somebody that knows somebody that did not know somebody. You understand? So they cannot say that. If it were 3 weeks ago, I would have been in the school of thought to say that, okay, yes, I want to agree with the school. Let us clear all the cases of Ebola, blah, 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 before we can resume. But I don't think so. What the government should do is that now, have they visited all the schools?
How is that possible?
Hold on. Why do we have a government then, Murayo? Have they visited all the schools to see that, okay, yes, every school, every teacher, it's not only teachers, from the security man down to the proprietor of the school, are well informed about the Ebola, and do they have, like, if there's any case of anything like that, do they have, like, something that they, like a makeshift arrangement where they can keep people before the government will come and take them? Those are the things that they should put in place.
Excuse me, Uwa, first, I want to just explain to you something to you. First of all, it is doctors that are saying don't go back to school, not the government now. It is the doctors. Now, who better to know whether you should go back to school than a doctor? Because it is them. Now, imagine a child catching Ebola. Imagine how it will spread.
Yeah.
It will spread like wildfire.
I hear you, but they've not stopped us from going to mosques. They've not stopped us from going to churches either. So what makes you think? Because there's a daycare center, what they call it, the crash in churches and mosques these days.
Let me finish. If a child catches Ebola, one of the ways a child recovers is comfort from its mother. Comfort, physical comfort. Yeah, you cannot comfort a child in plastic because you will be wearing plastic. So that it's not going to get that comfort. Now, the children will find it more difficult to fight the disease than the parents.
But my argument, Waiki, I'm saying today, in church and in the mosques, parents come with their children, take them to what they call that, is this Sunday school? What they call that?
Yes, now.
Sunday school, where your children are there, just like the school. So it's the same thing. So what's the point in extending it when you know that even as we are right now, it's not being spread through the children?
And let me say something, Waiki. What I am saying is that I know it's the doctors that are saying this. The doctors should be addressing the government that, these are the things you should put in place. Do you understand? Not to tell the government that they will not accept the extension of the resumption date.
Listen, is this same doctors that will treat the patients if they catch it too? Is this same doctors that will risk their lives if anybody catches the Ebola? And what the doctors want is let this thing be eradicated completely from Nigeria.
It cannot. That's the sad part.
It can. The Minister of Health told us this week that it's been contained.
Let me hear you.
That Ebola, there's no more Ebola in Nigeria. Didn't he not say that verbatim? That there's no more Ebola in Nigeria.
No, did he say that?
He said that in the papers.
I think he said something like that until Port Harcourt case, whatever came out.
This week.
This week. I've not heard that one.
I read it in The Nation. The Nation, I think on Monday, said it. That there are no more Ebola cases.
I read the same Nation. He didn't say it like that. He didn't say it as... What he was trying to say is that it has been isolated. There are people that have it, they have them under lock and key. That's what he's saying.
All right, so
frankly, it's unlikely. That's why they are feeling that they can open the schools. But the doctors, it's not government. Now, I keep on saying it's the doctor that will treat you.
Okay, they are complaining that they shouldn't open the schools. That's right. I didn't really give it that kind of a deep thought that it's actually the doctors complaining. But let me hear from Sansa this morning.
Well, actually, the only reason I see that they should postpone the school resumption is for the parents to be able to save up for school fees. But aside from that, I think there is absolutely no reason why you should postpone it because we go to the banks every day, yes? Like you said, we go to church, we go to the market, we interact. These kids, they actually go, like Mariah said,
children go to the bank?
They go to churches, they mix with people. Some of them even went to summer school. Some of them come out in the streets and mingle with people. So the option here is, sorry, Mariah, the option here is to get
this. Okay. Let me take Azizat's call. Good morning, Azizat. Are you there?
Good morning, Mariah.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
I believe that the kids to stay in their houses. The government has provided the preventive measures and equipment for them. After I'm afraid that my younger ones are not going to school.
Thank you.
I see something there because of the gate of the school compound.
All right, let me ask you a question. Your younger ones, do they go to church on Sundays?
Oh, she's gone.
She's gone.
Why can't you say thank you? She's helping me to buttress
No,
my point.
she's saying no.
You are saying that until Ebola is completely eradicated.
No, that's what the doctors are saying. I'm not saying that.
I am saying that.
Listen,
the doctors should not be saying that. They should say that until the government has provided adequate
But you see,
equipment.
brings us to what we talked about yesterday, what Nima was trying to say. That, we were trying to tell Nima yesterday that you cannot expect that the government should be the ones to buy us equipment. So you can't sit in your schools and wait for government to supply you PPEs. You should also invest in your PPEs.
You see, this is an epidemic.
No, it is not an epidemic.
No.
Uwa, do you know what epidemic is? Epidemic is mass proportions. This is
if we don't contain it, it's an outbreak. Okay, let me correct myself. It's an outbreak. But Murayo,
why should the government
why I'm on Nima's side is that let the government, all the money that we've been paying, let us still see at least some evidence.
Can't you see your roads? Can you see your NEPA?
Which road
have lights?
Hold on. For 2 days I've not had light now. For 2 days.
3 days I've not had light.
Hold on. At least they provide the
NEPA. I've forgotten my area exists.
Ajoke is on the phone. You don't have lights.
You don't have lights.
Ajoke, good morning. Are you there?
Why are you saying really?
Yes, so go ahead.
Auntie YK, welcome from the trip.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you.
About the resumption of date of the school people, I don't see any reason why they should not let them to resume on the actual day that they have said earlier.
22nd, yes.
For me now, I'm worried about my child because she's too playful. If she's not touched, she will not greet you. Trying to touch, that kind of thing. So I don't know why they're supposed to find something to this Ebola something. Because to catch thing is very hard between little children.
All right, Jackie.
And the adults, you can even still take our time to maintain ourselves and checking or something.
All right.
But children, they are not.
Thank you, Jackie. I think I get the point. You're right.
So I don't see any why they should not let them resume on that 13th of that October.
22nd. All right.
She said they shouldn't bring it forward. You see, everybody is afraid because if you have a child going to school, my brother has children going to school. I don't have a child going to school. I thank God. If I had a child going to school, I would be afraid. And I don't know why, maybe it's because she wants to go to America that she's not afraid for her children to go to school. No. Because, listen, because it is still in a dangerous...
Waiki, can I help you to say
something? Do you agree?
Most of these schools, you know how much they charge?
Waiki hanging.
Wait, is there a phone call?
No, I want to
wait.
Okay, I'm moving back.
Somebody's on the phone.
Have a call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mariah, good morning.
Yes.
Auntie Annie.
Good morning.
He's on fire this morning.
Good morning.
I love you so much.
Oh, thank you so
I
much.
love you.
Thank you.
I love you. You are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Please tell her she's not fat too.
All right. Anything else? You want anything on the matter? Okay. On the issue at hand, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say, I lost my train of thought. Yes.
Can I say something to Waiki?
Let
me
finish.
See, like I said before, I was of the same school of thought that my children I will not take them to school. But you see, this Ebola something is something that will continue to unfold. And it is only when you now... So if it's going to take 10 years
let's take up
to eradicate Ebola, so we'll leave our children at home for 10 years.
Yes. Simply, Victor says, I agree that the schools should remain closed till the Ebola thing is free. Because if it hits a pupil, then it becomes pandemic. That's simply Victor. Let me see.
Sebishola says, we can't keep children out of school till Ebola is eradicated. Our education system is crippled enough. I don't get Auntie Annie's point.
All right.
And then another person is saying, I just disagree. Ebola has no cure. Prevention is better than cure. So how sure are you that we won't have to other cases after curing the last one?
Seriously, I don't understand how we see things. I don't. Please, the resumption date should be shifted. Ebola is not chickenpox. I beg.
We can't take anymore. We have to take a quick break. Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, still on Ebola. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, we need to close this segment very quickly. So you want to take a tweet or something?
I do want to take a tweet that made a very valid point. Amorikemi says, how many schools have the thermometer to check the temperature of the students?
Okay.
The government should postpone the resumption day. And I disagree because the schools don't have to wait for the federal government to provide all those temperature checking thermometers. They could provide it. I go to the banks, they check you each and every time. So the school should get the gate men, equip them so each child that passes through the gate, check their temperature.
Plus the parents as they are driving in.
Anybody that crosses that gate.
The point I'm trying to tell NMA is that they should address the government.
Are you a doctor?
Hold on, YK. Let them address the government that when you go to a school, all those basic things that you need to check on Ebola should be provided. Then those schools can go ahead. Okay, you can resume. Because some schools are ready. My school, they've been ready since. They have done everything. Put it in place.
They are thinking about when
it's
they are charging 300,000.
My school is highly subsidized. They're not there because of the money.
When they are thinking of 300,000 per term.
Let's just know.
That's what they are.
So YK.
Let these children.
YK. September 22nd or October 13th?
Even October 13th.
I'm asking YK.
October 13th.
September 22nd.
October 13th, even if at the rate they are going, they might not even be ready that October 13th.
Oh, are you still saying October 13th when you are fighting at the
serious.
My own 22nd.
On that note, we end this segment. Calm down. Up next, the Director General of Standard Organization is going to... we'll be right back.
My name is Oba Adeoye, and this is the Big Issue.
It's not just a debate, it's a controversy of issues that affect you.
What it means, and that is why we have a problem in this country, they always create an avenue for the richer to keep on being rich. And the poor will keep on being poorer.
In the Igbo culture back then, and even right now, if your husband dies, they cut your hair, they bathe you with the dead man's water. Women are crying. Women have been crying, but there's been no voice.
Come be part of the audience for the recording of the show, The Big Issue. Date. Venue, TVC Studios, number 1 Continental Way, off CMD Road, Ikosi Ketu, Lagos. For seat reservations, please indicate your interest on facebook.com/TVC Big Issue. Send an SMS or call 070-30343-640 or 070-4355-4356. Be part of the Big Issue, more than just a debate.
This season, Art Express paints the expressions of coordinated mastery, symphonies unmatched, and rhythmic steps in time. Bringing arts and the art to the threshold of all. I am Tolulope Lamidi. Join me on the Arts Express every Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. right here on Television Continental.
Get the latest news and gist in the world of entertainment, fashion, lifestyle and sports on tvcontinental.tv. Plus, click on the live streaming button to watch all our programs. Download the TVC entertainment apps on your iPad, iPhone, iPod, iTouch, BlackBerry, via mobile, the tvcontinental.tv, or visit the Windows, Apple and Android stores. Watch TVCE on YouTube, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Brighten up your day. Stay entertained. Log on to tvcontinental.tv.
GB. All right. The Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, Dr. Joseph Odumodu, last week revealed that only 5% of concrete blocks sold in the market were molded according to specifications. Hope you got that. Only 5%. He noted, excuse me, that this was one of the major causes of building collapse. Joining us to shed more light on the topic is a cement expert and has been in the cement industry for 27 years. Wow. He is Mr. Johnson Olani. Welcome to the show, sir.
Olani, please.
Olani. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's so good to have you because when I got this information, I was really shocked because many buildings are being built with obviously substandard cement. Could you give us a background on how this came about?
In this country, we have different grades of cement. Yes. We have the 32.5 grade. We have the 42.5 grade. Dangote is just introducing 52.5 grade. Naturally, it's just like we have plastic sand. We have other sand that are used for other construction activities. In the 32.5 grade, they are meant for plastering and flooring. Whereas the 42.5 grade, we call it multipurpose because it could be used for plastering and it could be used for other construction activities. And the 52.5 grade is basically meant for heavy construction activities. You are building dams, you are building bridges, you are building high-rise. Okay. That is the time you need 52.5. It's not for everybody. Okay. Naturally, because of the lack of knowledge, people said cement is cement. Cement is not cement. Wow. It's about the specification of what you want to do that will determine the type of cement you're going to use.
So for a building normal house, like or maybe what they call this, normal bungalow or even two-story building, what grade? Is it 42 or 32?
So far you are going to use block there, it has to be 42.5. So far you are going to do bridge, so far you are going to lay the foundation, is 42.5. So far you are going to have some beams and pillars, it has to be 42.5. Wow. It's just at the finishing, when you want to do the plastering. That's the only time you need 32.
Now, I have a problem with block industries. Because they mentioned something about block industries, only 5% and all that. Now, the government, do they check all these blocks? Because from
government again, you and this your government.
Wait now, there's mushroom block companies, block industries everywhere. Do you understand? Somebody will just wake up, because I have cement, I have sand, I can buy the molder and start molding blocks. Okay. So are there measures that are being checked on all these people that are molding blocks? Because they are also a major, so they're not doing the proper mix.
So who's monitoring these
Who is monitoring them?
You see me smiling because it's a major topic.
So those ones will be using...
Because it's a major topic because, number one, who are the trainers? Number two, do we really have what it takes to get right block? My job is to train the artisans. That's why it's my core job. And when I came into this job, I discovered that majority of the people that call themselves block makers are just sound mixers. Because they don't know what it takes. Naturally, when you say you are molding block, you must look at the quality of the cement you are using. You must look at the sound and even the water. It takes that. The water that is not drinkable is not good for block molding.
Really? You're kidding. Imagine. So you shouldn't be pure water inside to be mixing.
So, and basically, when people now use inferior materials, there's no way the wrongs and wrongs can become right.
Please, before you continue, I just need to ask you very... So the house that has been built with the wrong cement and the wrong... Is it going to fall down?
It then depends on two factors. How the foundation. Number one, if the foundation is strong. Number two, if at the point of building, if they know that fine, 42.5 is supposed to give you 30 blocks, then 32.5, probably you reduce it to 27 or 26 because they are not of the same grade. But where people now just mix sand together and just get numbers of blocks that they cannot even defend, that's a problem. And the major issue now is that we said that even after molding block, must allow it to be properly cured. Unfortunately, in Lagos, why we are having so many collapsed buildings in Lagos is that the blocks they are molding today on Wednesday, they will push it out on Friday. And when the blocks leaves your site, the very moment it leaves your site, you don't have any other control in it because they are just removing from the vehicle and they are putting load on them immediately, which is not supposed to be. Naturally, blocks are supposed to be molded today. Tomorrow, they are supposed to start the curing by soaking it for minimum of 7 days. And you are supposed to even start dispatching at the end of 14 days. At that 14th date in Lagos, they are already commissioning the house.
Goodness me. You know what, let me invite our caller because I know people, a lot of people are in this problem. They are building blocks and they have no clue. You can call us on 070-8066-8014 or you can tweet to us at YourViewTVC. We'd like to hear your thoughts or questions on this issue. Now, as somebody who's building a house and you're just a normal citizen and you want to build a house, how do you know, how do you inspect, how do you ensure that the block you're buying actually is the right grade for what you want to do?
Number one, you can carry out 2 tests. The first is sound test. The second is the rubbing test.
Just sound?
Yes.
Okay.
When you tap a fully cured block, it gives you one sound. Boom, 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 boom. That sound means that the block is fully cured from inside out.
I wish you brought a block. I wish you brought a block today.
When this is out in, that is when you are just when you just see the dryness outside, but it's not fully cured, it gives you a bass voice. Boom, 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 boom. That's number one. Then number two, you do a rubbing test. A rubbing test, when the particles are coming out, definitely that block is not good. Then number three, when you get to a block molder and you see so many broken blocks there, it's like taking your TV to somebody that you see a lot of heads of TV. Yours will join because if the quality of the man is good, definitely people will bring the TV, get it repaired, and remove it out. So when you now see a lot of blocks there, broken blocks, make sure that you are just knowing that the standard of that man may not be good enough. And what do? When they want to supply 500 orders, they send 510 or 520, thinking that at least minimum of 10 or 20 will break before they get there.
Now I'm going to ask you, sir, it baffles me that most people building houses don't even know about the cement quality. And I'm thinking, why do they go below standard? Is price a major issue? Because I'm assuming that 32.5 and 42.5, they probably might not be the same price, right?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
The
Before I
price
let you answer that question, let me take a quick commercial break, please. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, you were answering Sanzi's question.
People are still selling rickety B2 at the price of branded limousine. The price of 32.5 outside is almost at par with that of 42.5. And it's not supposed to be.
Wow.
And that's why SN is coming up with this new policy. Under tag CB 3174. That is, the people, the public must not be misled. They should be able to know the different grades of the cement and the usage. And they don't even do that alone. They now put it in form of coloration. That is, if we're producing 32.5, it must be a yellow background. And you must endeavor to put for plastering only on top of it.
But they end up building with it.
So this like this.
Let me finish. Then if it is 42.5, it must be on blue, and it must be written for multi-purpose. And if it is 52.5 grade, it must be on red. It must be for major construction activities. Why are they saying this thing? So that even in the village, if you want to build a house, you now know that it is when it gets to plastering stage that you buy 32.5. You want to do flooring, that's 32.5. But if it's the major construction activities in your house, you want to do beams, you want to do pillars, you want to do slabs, you want to do other things, you want to mold block, it has to be 42.5 grade.
Sir, but isn't that too much burden on the consumers? Can't the SON ensure that these block makers are up to standard? Because me as a normal person, am I going to start saying, okay, if I don't see red, if I don't see blue, you may not remember that. Let them ensure that those block makers are doing the right thing.
No, sorry, I want to add to what Maria is saying, because the block man, we are currently doing a project. The block man, the first 1,000 blocks that he supplied were okay. The next set, subsequent supplies, do you understand? They cut corners somehow. So if there's a standard already that says that this block does not meet specification, I mean, who will check it?
This block maker doesn't make specifications.
You understand?
Yes, the standard and the control, they are two different things. We said 170 million people in this country. How many SON staff do we have?
Well, we can be your SON staff.
Then you can be my SON, and that's why we are now educating you. That when they brings this block to your site, you need to do all these tests. You look at it. You look if a block is fully soaked with water and it's not dry, and you then ask a question, sorry sir, when was this block molded? Is that Monday or Friday? I'm sorry, I cannot take this one, because you are paying. It's your sweat.
Let me take this call, sir. Jessica, good morning. Are you there?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Morning.
Thanks for calling.
I want to comment, first of all, on the first topic. When we're talking about children going back to school, you're not talking about private school only. You're talking about both public school and all that. And the outbreak will be terrible. Now, back to this present matter. People are buying cement. Is it possible for one to produce his own cement while building? Is it cheaper to buy, or is it better for one to produce his own cement to be able to build a standard house? Thank you.
Like you can buy the machine. I could go do your own block yourself and make sure it's properly treated. That's what she's saying.
People build blocks, but I'm not sure of the cement.
It is, cement production is highly capital intensive. It's not just anything you can just go into it and then you can say because you want to build a house and then you have to roll out several millions or billions of naira to produce cement. It is highly capital intensive. And that is why, as at 1980, that's why all these local plants in Nigeria could not survive. Because by then it was government and the people that were just sharing. Not until the reason that technical people, people that are very sound, people that really know the business actually go into it.
All right. Okay, we have Yakub in the call. I'll take Yakub's call. Good morning, Yakub. Are you there?
I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
And then good morning to you all. Yeah, first of all, let me talk about the first topic.
Yes.
I go with Sister Yeni this morning. We are talking about the children. And then the responsibility of federal government is to provide security for life and property of all Nigerian citizens. When we are talking about these children going back to school, and then federal government already tell us they postpone the resumption date. And then one thing the NMA should talk is that the federal government should make sure they provide all these things that we are seeing in the bank today. Even I don't know what to call about this thing that I used to check Ebola temperature. I don't know what they call it about. They should provide it for both private and the public school, because don't let us forget that all these private schools, when they left the school, they still meet with those children that are going to their public school. So that is it. But this one that we are discussing about now,
Yes.
Nigerian government telling us that they want to create employment for Nigerian citizens. This is how they should make sure they create employment. We are talking about modern block. All these people that are making block, Nigerian government should go to a new site to set up the industry to employ the people, especially the person sitting down in your studio. They should make sure they add all those companies so that they can be able to provide quality block.
Thank you very much. I think that's an interesting point he made. We should decentralize.
Like all this mushroom.
Yeah.
Even somebody just tweeted that there's a particular man. Chris says, nice topic. In fact, there's a particular man at Ejibo. He gets his sand from the streets to mold blocks and uses lesser cement for all.
Let me take a quick commercial break. When we come back, you're going to address the crack in the wall in YK's house and see how we can prevent it. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, you're talking about the tweet.
Yeah, I saw this tweet from @Bidemi Fumi Morayo. She says, a building collapsed like a month ago, very close to TVC. That's number 12 Jimo Balogun Street. Now it has been patched up for rent.
How is that possible? Goodness.
Before you answer the question, I need to ask you this. When we were reading the research, most of these companies were saying SON are being unfair, that the 32% is okay. The 32 points as opposed to the 42 points. Are they not as liable as...
And how are we sure that they are going to
let me tell you, the history of 32.5 dated to 2006. Before 2006, there was nothing like 32.5. Even those houses they are making reference to today that were built with 32.5 were never built with 32.5. The Cocoa House was never built with 32.5. They were built with 42.5. Why are we deceiving ourselves? And if we are now saying somebody is coming last before, we say, okay, please read and come first. In proof of the quality. So what you are not saying, 32.5 is specifically for plastering flooring. You should not use that one. I call it Agidi and Akamu. Agidi means the 42.5, which is solid. Akamu means the 42.5. So what are we talking? They are two different, even though they are both made with processed corn. Are you getting? But they are different. 32.5 is for plastering. It's like a finishing.
So in our house now, so those of us, we have cracks in the walls, where there's water, in that kind of situation, how do we fix it?
Fine. The cracks in the wall could be number one, there could be so many reasons.
Okay.
The foundation problems, the terrace of the house and whatever. But if it has to be properly fixed, there's what we call letter 8 rings. They must be able to patch it in such that the rings will bind the divorced marriage together. I call it that way because there's a crack now. Then there's letter 8. And it's only a special guy that can do that. They will put rings there, letter 8, and then they will not put very solid cement.
So the final question, in this kind of situation whereby there's a building somewhere that everybody knows that collapsed, and suddenly it's patched up, who do you report? Can I report to SON?
You can report to SON, and SON cannot claim that they don't know. But unfortunately, even if we report to SON, why was the house collapsed in the first instance? So many things are wrong. So many qualities are being compromised. The usage of the cement is compromised. And when it comes to beams, slabs and whatever, the type of iron rod they use are compromised. Okay. When it comes to sound, the quality of sound used are compromised.
Our time is fast spent. Oh, I mean, I really appreciate you being here. I mean, I think we've learned quite a number.
These people just commit suicide.
But I really appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for the show. Obviously, we definitely need to pay attention more to the kind of blocks we buy going forward. You can watch your repeat broadcast. Thank you very much.
Please, we need to have more education on this. Or maybe I can come and see you one-on-one.
She has a crack in her wall. All right. Thanks for watching, viewers. You can watch your repeat broadcast tonight at 11:30 p.m. Or you can go to YouTube and look for previous episodes. Just click in TVC Entertainment and search for Your View. As usual, maintaining a high level of personal hygiene and cleanliness is the key to preventing Ebola virus. Wash your hands regularly, disinfect, and stay vigilant. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.